Millepedians and gaming nerds. How you all doing, guys? Alex here with another video. It's been far too long. I haven't sat in front of the camera in God knows how many years, but I'm back. I'm back. But as soon as I'm back, I've got to go because I'm packing up and I'm moving into a new arcade, guys. Finally, I can set my roots and build a beautiful arcade, something I've always wanted, always desired to do since I started this YouTube channel. And as my collection's grown over the years, space is a premium, and I've always wanted something bigger, but more so somewhere where I can lay my roots, somewhere I can permanently be and build on my collection and the YouTube channel going forward. So what have I been up to? Well, I have actually been selling a lot of my games, a lot of my console games, because I've been wanting new arcade machines, naturally. Some really rare stuff came up, and some really weird opportunities, which one of them I will have to show in another video because it hasn't arrived yet. It's a prototype arcade machine that's coming all the way from the United States. It hasn't arrived yet, but I will do a video on that when it arrives. But I have brought a beautiful Atari game, a Millepede, which we're going to show you in this game, in this video, and we're going to do a gameplay of it. And obviously the Gorf I've brought recently off my good friend Richie May, which you might have seen in my last game room tour. Fantastic guy, what a collection he had. And I've got another little game which I haven't showed you yet, Moon Alien. And this Yubitsu Moon Alien we're going to have a look at in the garage as well. And this is the thing with my collection, it's all over the place. It feels like it's all over the place, so I can't wait to get the arcade, get all the machines in there, and it's big enough. It's 6 meters long by 3.68 wide. That means I can get machines down either side and have enough room for people to play on both sides of the arcade, which is absolutely brilliant. You know, it's something I've always dreamed of, and finally my luck's changed. I'm finally going to have that. Guys, it's been a long time, I tell you. Well, how long have I been on YouTube now? 8 years? 8 years? And if you look at my early videos, that little brick shed I had down the end of the garden, it's amazing what I crammed in there. I think I had 5 uprights at one stage and 3 cocktails. And I had all my console games above the arcades. It was rammed. You could only get 2 or 3 people at any given time. It was crazy. So guys, I'm looking so forward, and I'm going to take you on the journey into the arcade because it's not quite finished. So it's a lovely outbuilding made of timber. It needs insulating, and it needs more electric points in there as well to power up all these arcade machines. But you gotta love Astro Blaster. I've got to set it up how I want it. So I'll take you on that journey. We're going to do videos as I move in and set all the games up, which it'll be good fun. It will be good fun. I can't wait. And you know, it's going to inspire me to come back onto the YouTube channel and do regular videos, because I haven't done that for a long time. And the reason is because, well, there's a lot of reasons I can't go into, but that is one of the reasons. Everything's everywhere, and I never really felt at home. The lighting's poor in here. I've got this horrible light here. The lighting's terrible, you know, and because it's in the house, it's difficult with, you know, family and friends walking through the door and the kids and stuff. It's difficult to get the time, the silence to come in here and do a video. So guys, going forward, you're going to see a lot more of me, unfortunately. I'm going to be back. So I'm going to revamp the channel. It will probably be in about a month, probably sooner than I think, actually, because we're not in a chain or anything. It could be in a month's time I'll be in there. At least, at the latest 3 months I reckon, but I reckon a month we'll be in this new arcade, which is absolutely awesome. So guys, for this video, I haven't done a pickups video for ages, so I'm going to show you a few pickups towards the end. I'm going to show you my arcade pickups right now. We'll do some gameplay and we'll just have some fun because we haven't done that for ages. So let's go and check out my new arcade pickup, which is Millepede. Come on, let's try and check this out, guys. So here we are, guys, my Atari Millepede. Off the back of the success of Centipede, Atari thought they'd bring out a sequel. And guys, they didn't disappoint. This game is unbelievably good fun. It's got that little bit more to it than Centipede as well. Loads more going on in the game, bonus levels and loads more insects that do different things. It's a fantastic game. And I've got to thank Arcade Jason for the smooth transaction that we did, because this has come all the way from America, guys. He put it on a pallet, strapped it all up and wrapped it all up in cardboard and cellophane, and it came over here all in one piece, fully working. So I'm well chuffed with it. I've got to say a huge thank you to Arcade Jason for that. It did come with a new marquee wrap, because this one's really worn. As you can see, it's got like a vinyl wrap that goes around the top of the marquee. So this came with it. I'm gonna have to get a hot gun on that and peel that off. I've heard it's a bit of a nightmare, but at least I've got a new one to put over the top there, which will be fantastic. And the same with the control panel as well. I've got a new overlay to go over here, because it's all peeling off on the edge here, so that's really cool. But I'm probably going to do that, wait till I move and do all that, because I've got too much to do right now. I've got a lot of packing to do, so it's going to have to wait. I did take the trackball apart. The trackball was grinding. Lot of dirt. They get a lot of dirt in there, obviously. All the skin and everything over the years of kids playing it gets caught up in the trackball. So you've got to take it apart, give it a good clean. I noticed the bearings are really, really worn. And a lot of people say, oh, just change the bearings. Well, it's all well and good, but actually the trackball wears down in time as well. It gets a little bit smaller. So you're better off just replacing the whole trackball. That's what I've heard anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order a new trackball. And it's slightly bigger than the Centipede trackball, and it actually makes for easier gameplay. Gives it a little bit more torque. You can imagine like a wrench, a big wrench, gives you more leverage over a smaller one. It's the same concept with a trackball. Gets you across the screen that little bit quicker, I think. So it might be quite strange for me to go back to Centipede after playing Millepede for so long. But it is a fantastic game. You get bigger scores in Millepede as well. And you get to choose also the bonus levels which you start on. So, you know, if you're going to get like sort of 80,000 on Millepede, you can start at 80,000 and work your way up from there instead of starting all the way from the beginning again, which is quite nice. Same concept as Tempest, really. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to take hold of the camera. I'm going to show you around the cabinet. I'm not going to pull it right out and show you in the back because I'm worried about the floor. And this is a really heavy cabinet, really awkward to move. And the coasters on here are really old and I'm frightened of scratching the floor. So I'm not going to delve in the back, but I'll just show you a bit of the artwork and show you a bit of the gameplay as well. So cool. So as you can see, guys, it's a really tall cabinet. Really tall cabinet. It's probably about an inch taller than me, to be honest. It's really, really tall and extremely heavy, like most Atari arcade machines. It's got these lovely big twin speakers here. I don't think it's stereo, but they look cool, don't they? Really, really cool. And as you can see, monitor. It probably needs degaussing, to be honest. The colour's a little bit out here in the corner here. Need to get a degausser on that, and the bezel, the glass bezel, needs a bit of a clean, which I'll get round to. And moving down here, you can see the control panel, got a bit of wear there. And unfortunately, it's got bolt holes here, which a lot of the cabs unfortunately had. They put these security bars over the coin doors, stop kids breaking in. I'll probably just fill them in and try and get a match with a paint, to be honest with you. You can actually get wraps, not wraps, you can get like side art and artwork for the kit plate here. But, you know, it's original, so I'm just going to leave it. And the rest of it's quite nice, to be honest with you. Probably get some little light bulbs in here as well. Change these around. Yeah, it's beautiful artwork. So as you can see, if I can just move it slightly. So heavy, guys. So you can see the side art. So here we have the archer, that's who you control. And basically you're trying to defend your forest from all the insects, centipedes, bugs. And that's the object of the game. It's beautiful artwork. Absolutely fantastic. The character reminds me actually of Flash Gordon. The blonde hair and the red suit, the mushrooms. It's absolutely stunning. Really, really nice. Really chuffed with it to have this in the collection. It's nice to have a game as well with a different control mechanism. I do like, you know, my twin stick shooters, and I love the Sheriff because it's got that unique control system. And it's nice to have a trackball game in the collection going forward. It's nice to have games that you can't play in MAME that easily. So yeah, really chuffed with this. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now, guys, is set the camera up. I'm going to do a little gameplay, I think, don't you? Right, so I apologise for the reflection. There's not a lot I can do there, guys, but at least it's not sunny. It would be a lot worse. So let's give it a go, guys. So you can choose your bonus level, which you want to start on. And the bigger scores you get, the further up you can start your bonus level at. It's a bit like Tempest, really. So you can start at 0, or the highest one at the moment is 24,000. But if you keep playing and your scores keep going up, you can start at a higher level. So I'll try and clear everything down the bottom if I can. Good to get the bombs. Ah. Not a good start. Get that worm, slows down time, which helps a lot. Extra life, and then lose it. It's blinking spiders. Slow the time down. Oh, this is so hard. Oh, I've got a few thousand then. And an extra life. The spiders, you can never predict where they're going to go. They throw you out every single time. I lost too many lives at the beginning. Dead. 65,000. Let's give it another quick go. Not bothering my name. So you can start higher up now, 48,000, which is where I'm going to start. Wasted bomb there. to life. Ah, those spiders, you can never predict where they're going to go. Get that. Slow the time down. Nice. Ah! Get that. Slow the time down. Woo! 80,000. Woo! Ah, trying to get in. Didn't see the flea down the bottom there. Looking up here, you don't see them crawling along the bottom. You've got to have eyes everywhere. Ah, 90,000. I'm losing it now, it's getting a bit hectic. Ah, those fleas! Oh, there we go, guys. Anyway, put my name in. Nice to get a high score kit for this. But there we go, Millepede. Such an awesome game. Right, guys, you haven't seen this little cab yet, have you? Moon Alien. This is Ace Caf, a Welsh company, which distributed a lot of Nishibitsu games. And it's a really unusual cabinet. As you can see, it's more like a midi. It's a couple of inches taller than Gorf, and this Gorf is a very small little cabinet. I saw this, I think it was on eBay now, I can't remember. It was last year I picked this up for about 250 quid. The game was working, the monitor wasn't, so I got that working. And it's basically a Galaxian clone. With some fantastic artwork. Look at the control panel. Isn't that cool? Now I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep this because I've got plans for when I move in my new arcade, what games I want in there. But for now, I'm keeping it, and just to fill the room up when I get it, because I'm obviously going to have quite a big space. And it's a really good game. I like Galaxians, but I actually do prefer Galaga, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's a cool cabinet. Everyone's like, that is weird. It looks like it's in two parts. You can't really see, but there's like a little groove along the panel here. It looks like it comes apart, but it doesn't. It's just the design of the cabinet. Now, I've got plans for this cabinet as well. It's got the Nishibitsu marquee, which is okay. You know, I don't really go for sort of company names on cabs. I prefer the actual artwork. So I'm going to get Muddy Music to get this made up to the right size to fit that in there. And obviously I'll keep the Nishibitsu. So if I ever do sell it, people can swap it back if they want to. You know, I'm not changing things around drastically. But I think that looks so much cooler, doesn't it? Than the Nishibitsu one. And the Ace sign, I don't know, I just prefer that. I prefer artwork. So that's going to go on there. That'd be really cool. And then I'm going to get some kick plate artwork on the bottom here to cover this really bland brown panel. Get rid of those bolts and paint the coin door up. And I think this is going to be a lovely little cabinet. It's a great little game, actually. So yeah, I might do a little gameplay of that. And this is of course my Gorf. Got to thank Richie May for this, giving me the opportunity to buy this. Really chuffed with it, mate. It's a cute little cabinet. I love the little screen. The control panel's a little bit worn, but you know what? It's original. Probably just keep it. You know, this is where everyone puts their hand, so that naturally gets worn down all the time. But I absolutely love Gorf. You know, when I first played Gorf, God, I must have been about 9 or 10 back in 1981, was it? Or 1982? When did this come out? 1980, so I would have been 9 when this came out. And I remember going down to Smart's Amusements down in Littlehampton, and they had 3 or 4 of them in a row. I'll never forget it. And there was a Berserk there as well. And me and my mate Tom, we just saw this game, and it was just like, we're just totally taken back by the speech and the gameplay. So cool. It's a tough little game though. I'm struggling to get past level 2, to be honest with you. It's that mothership right at the end. Gets me every single time. But yeah, really chuffed to have this in the collection. And having a smaller Gorf in the collection just makes room for maybe one more cabinet when I move into my arcade. So there you go, guys. This is what I've been buying recently. I've got a Sky Skipper there. Got to wrap that up soon. And I've got my little jammer cab there, rescue jammer cab, which I'm going to sort out fairly soon. So there you go, guys. So let's set the camera up and do a little. Let's play some games, guys. Let's play some games. Let's play Moon Alien. Let's check this out. Right, guys. So I'm going to coin up. I'll just coin the little thing up. Why have I put 9 credits in there? I'm not going to play 9 games. Can you see that all right? So I'll zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom it down a bit. There you go. Is that better? Ah, there we go. So you'll recognise the sound straight away. It's basically a Galaxian clone. But the difference with this game is you get an energy bar, and that depletes as you move left and right and fire at the same time, because you can actually control where your bullets are going. And I'll tell you what, in this game, you don't have help, because the AI on this is really annoying. They're really quite intelligent. You get bonus points for getting them as they come down. And this takes you back, doesn't it? Doesn't this game take you back to the arcades? I mean, you could hear Galaxian in every arcade back in the day. It was such a popular game. See, they're everywhere. It gets really manic. And it gets really hard to shoot them. And you see my energy bar's going down, so I'm moving about all over the place. Got him. But the trouble is, it would have been nice to have a little bonus, depending how much energy you used. That would have been a nice add to the game. But to be honest with you, I think I've only died once when my energy bar hits the bottom. So there you go, guys. I'm not going to play this forever because, you know, it's not, as a voyeur, it's not the best game to watch. But, you know, it's Moon Alien, man. It's such a cool cabinet. So cool. And because it's small as well, I fell in love with it, but I'm not sure where I'm going to keep it yet. I'm going to keep it for a while anyway, see how it goes. So now, you've seen me. Let's play some Gorf. Why not? Let's play some Gorf. Just set the camera up. Play some Gorf. Just the trouble, the light's not great in here. Maybe I'll turn the light off. Let's turn that light off. We don't need that on. And you'll be able to see the screen a little bit better. Now, I absolutely adore Gorf.
Push a player button. I am not
We'll do one round of Gorf. Just absolutely love this game. Oh, I've got that in time. So we've got Space Invaders. The fact that you can move up and down within your shield makes that a little bit more interesting. Not the hardest of levels, this one. don't think I've ever been killed on this level. But then again, I've only got to round 2. I imagine, I think they're going to get further down as you go through the levels, to start further down the screen. Oh. I bet I'm dying. No, got through it. Now this level, they fire these lasers, which you've got to look out for, which I didn't. This just takes me right back, guys. And you know, the game holds up today. A lot of people don't like, people say Gorf's like a poor man's Galaxians, a poor man's Space Invaders. I gotta disagree, guys. I mean, having just played Moon Alien, which is basically a Galaxian clone, I actually prefer this version of Galaxians. Although they don't whiz round so much, you've got to be a little bit more strategic in your firing power when you shoot. Now this is a cool level. They kind of swirl around. Now you don't have to shoot them all, you just have to survive the level. So you could miss every single one and get off this level. You just have to survive it. I know my friend Eric Brave Banana is really good at this game, and my friend Dave, good ball players. Now this level always gets me. It's quite hard, so you have to shoot the mothership right in the centre there. There's like a little glowing heart to the mothership. You have to shoot it dead centre. Now I tend to go right up to the top of the screen, but then get caught out. And I don't know whether the best tactic is to stay down the bottom, to be honest with you. Oh, I got it, nice. That's the way to do it anyway. Love the sound effects on Gorf, such a cool game. So I've been awarded Space Captain now. You can sometimes get that ship that's dropping the Space Invaders off early and get a nice bonus. And of course you can fire as many times and as quickly as you like, but as soon as you press the trigger, the bullets will stop midway and start again. Nice.
Survivalist impossible, Space Captain.
Got him. Got it, nice. Now I'm going to wait for him to come down so you get more points if they're in the air. See there, nice big bonuses. If you shoot them as they're up there at the top, you don't get the bonus points. So you can rack your scores up, just wait for them to come down. Oh, I didn't see that. That is he laughing at me, taunting me. Oh. Got him. Now this is where it gets really hard. You seem to fire a lot more. Go a little bit quicker. Ah, bad move, he says. I love this game. I need more practice though, because it's out here in the garage. You know, don't play it that much as I should do, but I know once I get the arcade set up and them all together, I can give this some more time. You know, Gorf is actually quite a hard board set to keep going, I've heard, and a hard board set to work on. My last life, is he going to make it? Yes, get through there now. Whether I make this or not is another matter. I think I've got through this once. It gets lower and lower. Yo, nice! I've never done that so quickly. So my top score on this is about 21,000, I think. I'm at 14,000 right now, so I must have done that a few times. Space Colonel now. Let's go a little bit further down. Oh, that's the trick, to get those laser ones early before they fire. That was an easy level. Right, I'm just going to shoot these now, I'm not going to wait for them. This is my last line, try and get as much as I can. Ah, that was it, 17,000. Classic game, classic game. So we're back in the warmth of my little arcade room here. It's so much nicer and cosier in here than in that garage. Now what you didn't see in that garage was my Wizard of War. I have a lovely, beautiful Midway Wizard of War, which actually uses the same hardware as Gorf. And because they're quite flaky, those boards, it's actually quite nice to have two games that use the same hardware, because you can swap the boards around and fault find within those games. That wasn't the reason why I got the two. I actually adore Wizard of War as much as I love Gorf. They're both fantastic games with synthesized speech, which I love. I've got a thing with synthesized speech. I don't know, back in the day it was just as revolutionary as the graphics itself, just having a speech in the game. It was so cool. A little bit like Astro Blaster. This game here, guys, is absolutely amazing. It's so cool. The game only lasts about 6 minutes, but it's so addictive. And I'm getting good scores on it, and I actually beat my top score, what, last week, I think I got like 36,000 or 38,000 on it. It's one of those games that it's got that risk-reward element that makes for a perfect game, like Robotron. You know, you're going for all the family, but at the same time taking that risk when you should just sometimes just take back and take out the enemies first. This works on a similar sort of basis, but there's so many hidden bonuses in this game, and to unlock them all in a perfect game is the only way really you're going to get the really high scores. At the same time, I'm trying to advance to the next level. Like, I'm trying to get off level 4 and I haven't done it yet. It's so hard. I've got to the end of it, but I've just run out of fuel. It's such a cool game. Good old Sheriff. Love my Sheriff. I give it a game now and again, and I'm still trying to get my world record on Sheriff. So what I'm trying to do with Sheriff is beat the main Bandido world record, which is about 110,000. Now I've got 78,000, and I've got to the end of level, where is it? The end of level 7. So if I got to level 8 and completed it, I would have got 140,000 points. So I wasn't that far from getting the world record on it. But of course, I'm playing on the original dedicated arcade machine with controls that feel like an old biplane from the Second World War. But you know, I love it. I love the cabinet. I'd never get rid of this. Such a beautiful cabinet. And you know, I remember going all the way to Luxembourg to pick this game up. I must have travelled, God, 750 miles, something like that. About 18 hours drive to Bruno, who's got a fantastic arcade in Luxembourg, to get this machine. God, that was about 8 years ago now. And I still love it. It's such a beautiful game. I think every arcade needs an old antique game in their collection, you know? You know, like a black and white golden era arcade game. But you've got to have the classics, the games that you play all the time as well, the ones that you know you're going for the high scores on. Going forward, I'd like a little driving game. I'm thinking about like a nice little Sega Hang-On, a Super Hang-On, something like that. Because I used to like the bikes, and I think that'd be a really cool game to get in the arcades. I'll be looking out for one of them. I'm also...
Fighter pilots needed in Sector Wars. Play Astro Blaster.
Don't you know it? I'm also looking out, well, I've got in mind a Zookeeper. Zookeeper is a fantastic game. I want that for the collection. And a Defender. I'd really like a Defender to go next to my Robotron. Again, another great game that is easy to pick up but hard to master, to get really good at. I'm going to sit down now, guys. I've been standing up for too long. We'll go through a few pickups and have a look at the Vectrex, some Vectrex games. Play some games. Come on, this is what it's about. Alright guys, a pickup video. I haven't done a pickups video for God knows how long. Well, you've just seen some arcades. They were pickups, weren't they? So there's two pretty big things there. You haven't seen the Wizard of War yet, but we'll show you that in the next video when I set up. And you know, when I set up my new arcade, we're going to do it right from the get-go, because the arcade needs some work. It needs insulating. It needs either plasterboarding, or I'm not sure what the finishes I'm going to have on the arcade yet, but I need to put sockets in there and stuff like that. But not too much work. But yeah, I might take you on that journey with me, so that'd be quite exciting going forward. But pickups wise, yeah, I've got a few items here to show you actually. The only modern stuff I'm picking up right now is Switch. So I've got a bunch of new Switch games here. A lot of them I haven't played yet. Again, I haven't had a lot of time. It is really retro where it is for me, to be honest with you. But I do like to keep up with the new stuff, because there is some cool stuff out there. Dragon's Dogma. I thought I'd pick up, because I do like RPGs. This I missed out on the 360. Thought I'd give it a go on the Switch, but I found it hard to get into. I just find it, you know, just getting out of the village a bit of a bore, to be honest with you. I want to get straight into the action. You only get that with arcade games, right? So I picked up that Killer Queen Black, which I thought looked like a cool take on Super Smash Brothers. But I haven't really played, but it's multiplayer online, so I'm not sure about that one at all. Bloodstained, haven't played this at all yet. I know I'm going to enjoy this, though. This is right up my street, so I need to play that. Ninja Saviors, which is basically Ninja Warriors. I absolutely loved this, loved it on the Super Nintendo, and this had a few more takes on the game. Really enjoyed playing this and finished it as well, so that was definitely a great buy for the Switch. Velocity, fantastic futuristic neon type shoot 'em up stroke run and gun game. If you haven't played this, guys, I totally recommend it. Really, really cool. And I think this is a strictly limited physical release, so not many of these about, guys. If you want a physical release, you better get it now. Really, really cool game. Oh, I don't know if I can even pronounce this game, but I saw reviews on it. It looked really, really cool. A neon type platformer. Quite easy pick up and play type game. Looking forward to playing that.
In Sector Wars. Play Astro Blaster.
And I don't know if I can pronounce this. Cauldrius Blaze, is it? It's a shoot 'em up, kind of, not bullet hell. I think it's not quite bullet hell, but because I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. It looked really, I have played it actually. It is pretty cool. Comes in a metal case. I actually got 2 copies of this as well. I don't know how I managed it, but I bought 2 copies by mistake. You get overexcited and press the buying button. So yeah, if anyone wants a copy of this, so I paid 40 quid plus P&P from Play Asia, and then I got a custom charge of 13 quid. But I'll sell it to you if you want a copy. Just PM me for 40 quid plus P&P. Good little game there. Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger X, which is basically Gunvolt. Played these on the 3DS. Really, really cool game, but I haven't played this version yet. Really nice limited box set. Looking forward to playing that. So I'm going to have, you know, an LCD flat screen LED screen in the arcade to play modern stuff, because I do like keeping up with the modern stuff, especially if it's sort of retro styly like this one, Valfarius. Oh my god, this game, guys, you have to play this game. It's so cool, rock hard towards the end, but such a cool game. This is from who's this from? Is this Strictly Limited? I think it's from Signature Games, but yeah, limited edition again, physical copy. Fantastic game. I think I did mention this in my last video or the video before, but if you like sort of Castlevania, Metroid, but with a kind of real heavy metal theme, loads of blood, loads of guts flying about, and really cool end of level bosses. Can't recommend this enough, guys. Finished it, really cool. And the Gardens Between, again a lovely limited edition box from Super Rare. This is a beautiful game, beautiful graphics, where you kind of slow down time and fast forward it to solve all the puzzles. Really enjoy playing this right now. Yeah, but that is it basically on the modern stuff. I do like to keep up with it, but it's a lot of retro here, guys, actually. Staring at a load of Game & Watch here, as you can see. Now, the reason I've got them all down is I've picked up a couple recently. I'm not really going for a complete collection. I'm just picking up what I see. If it's a good deal, I'll buy them, because I do love the Game & Watch, and I used to have a near complete collection. Used to have 46 out of the 60, I think it is, boxed early on, before I started collecting arcade machines. I started collecting the Game & Watch, and I picked up this Snoopy Tennis. The box is in a poor state, but I don't think people saw the actual game itself is in immaculate condition, and that's what I saw. I saw this game and thought, that is immaculate. I don't care for the box. I won't get rid of the box, but I like to have these on show, and this is in absolutely immaculate condition, which is really hard to find with these Game & Watches. You usually get really scratched face plates, and the liquid crystals inside usually die after a while. But yeah, really chuffed to get this nice little game, and I love them when they're all in a little row on the shelf. And this was another one I picked up, Octopus, which is one I had back in the day. Really bold liquid crystals on this one, and love playing this game. It's got the serial number as well. I'll just show you a few of the others that I've got. Donkey Kong Jr. I'd like to upgrade this one, because this is another of my favourites, but it's got a lot of yellowing around on the plastic, and the liquid crystals are not so bold on that one. I've got Popeye. Do you remember Popeye? I think this was one of the most popular ones. It has to have been. I remember every kid at school having Popeye. It's a nice little one. And a lot of these all different. The widescreens are there's lots of different colours, and they just look great in the line. Parachute was another favourite I used to have back in the day. It's nice to get that back in the collection. Serial number is gone though, so maybe upgrade that in the future. I've got Gold Cliff. This I actually found at a car boot. Those days are gone. Finding Game & Watch at a bottom of a box of toys that no one realises what their worth are. But you know, most of these you can pick up for under 50 quid, 50 quid, 60 quid, around that sort of. But they're never going to go up in value. It's only the box ones that are going up in value. The loose ones I think are just going to pretty much stay the same. Donkey Kong, need to upgrade this one. Faceplate's really scratched, but great game. It's amazing actually how well Gumpy Yokoi, what his name is. He was a designer of the Game & Watch. How well he made the gameplay with his liquid crystal Game & Watch. I mean, the gameplay's fantastic, isn't it? Really cool. And I've got a lovely little Donkey Kong hockey. Micro Versus system. 2-player. Early 2-player game. I think there's 3 of them in that range. I think there's a Donkey Kong 3 and a boxing. I'd like to get those. And I've just got this ball, which is basically a Club Nintendo points reward. If you racked up enough points, you could buy one of these. That was the first Game & Watch they ever brought out. So I'm building up a nice little Game & Watch collection. Not in any rush, just if I see a deal, I'll pick one up, which is really, really cool. I'm just going to have to take a little break because I can see the battery is running down on my phone. I need to charge it up and I'll be right back. Right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Now, I've got this in the post and I've got a feeling this is another Game & Watch, and I'm pretty sure it is. So let's try and open this up. It's not in the best of packaging, is it? I'd like to see these in a box, really. You know, people are cheapskates, aren't they? The stuff they send stuff in is unbelievable. I see Jay's Vectrex in a load of towels. That's the best packaging ever. Unbelievable. Oh yes, lovely. Lovely. This is Lifeboat. So this has just come through the post. We need to put some batteries in there, but it looks, the faceplate, again, beautiful condition. Not a scratch on that, which is one, and it's got the serial number on the back. Let's try some batteries in there, guys. Make sure it works. Last thing you want is it turning up and it's not working. I bought a whole box of these for like £7. Got hundreds of these batteries. So they're all working all the time. These Game & Watches are on, which is nice. See them all working in the corner there. So let's try this out, guys. Oh yes, nice bold liquid crystals. Look at that. Fantastic little game. You got to get the guy across. So you got to save the guys falling out the ship. That's nice to have. So building up a nice little Game & Watch collection again. It's fun, isn't it? How you sort of you go around with your collection, constantly reinventing, but then you go back to stuff that you sold, you regretted. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with my collection. I know what arcade games I want. I know I'm going to continue collecting for the Vectrex, and we're going to play a Vectrex game towards the end. This is Tempest, by the way. This is awesome, guys. I've got a nice spinner here, and it's perfect for playing Tempest. Look at that. You played Tempest back in the day? I played Tempest back in the day, but never had enough money to really master it. So it's nice to have it on the Vectrex. An arcade game like that running on the Vectrex. Really, really cool. What else have I picked up? Oh, okay, yeah, we've got some BBC games here. So I've been picking up a few BBC Micro games. I have a BBC Micro Model B, and it's got the SD cards. It's got all the games on there. But you know, whenever I see old BBC games, just take me right back, and I just love the artwork. Look at that, Escape from Moonbase Alpha. What a game! I don't know what it is. I mean, you look at that now. Looks like Rodney out of Only Fools and Horses running away with Dell's money. Look. But yeah, I just love the artwork. It just takes me back. It's nostalgia, isn't it? It's a trip down nostalgia road. There you go, Blockbuster. Ghouls. Bandits at 3 o'clock. I played that recently. It doesn't hold up so well. I used to love that back in the day. And Nemesis. So, I don't know, they look nice together. A bit like you guys with the Hit Squad. I'm collecting Micro Power, doing something a little bit different. I think they look really cool in a line. Look at that, guys. Really, really cool. I picked up a few Spectrum games as well. I have done a video on my Spectrum game. I've got over 100 Spectrum games, and they're all the games I had back in the day, which I paid for with my own paper round money. Never got rid of them. I wouldn't, you know, I never would, because for me, that's where it all started. So I've got a fantastic collection of Spectrum games. I'm not into collecting the Hit Squad. I don't see what the attraction is, to be honest with you. I know it's like a set that you're going for, but for me, I prefer the original boxes. Panzerdrome. I know these are not Hit Squad games, but Panzerdrome, what a fantastic game that was. Uridium, this is a recent pickup. Brilliant game. R-Type. Oh, this is a Hit Squad. And I didn't even know it. I just saw it as an R-Type. It's a Hit Squad game. My first Hit Squad game, right. I'm collecting Hit Squad games now. I've started my collection. Look out, Jay. Look out, Sega Zombie and Paul from Mad Bads Gaming. I'm on your trail, guys. No, I'm not. Trashman. I can't believe that I didn't own Trashman. I remember used to playing this a hell of a lot. So I'm looking forward to playing that. We need to fire that up again. What else did I pick up? You may notice in the background I have got the Mega Drive running Contra. I haven't got Contra, the physical copy. What I have got is a Mega Drive, sorry, an EverDrive. And I picked that up locally for 85 quid with the console. Came with the console. Which I don't need, but I'll just keep it as a spare if I ever need it. But I could sell that on. I don't know what I'd get for it. It came with an arcade stick, which actually I can use for my Vectrex, because I have a VEC adapter. So if you've got Vectrex, guys, and you're not keen on the original controllers, like I'm not, I can't stand them, you can use Mega Drive controllers. You can use a Mega Drive arcade stick. Or if you got like a Mega Drive to SNES, you could use the Sheikah arcade stick. And I know Cine Steve's already done it. So that's really cool. You can use that from the Vectrex for some of the arcade games, like Protector, which is basically a Defender clone. If you haven't played that, it comes on a cart with Yahtzee. You get it from the Pack Rat forum. They do all the homebrew games, physical copies. So yeah, definitely worth getting that, guys. That's in a VEC Adapt, so you can play all your Vectrex games using a Mega Drive arcade stick or, you know, 3-button controller. So yeah, that was cool. That was a cool little bundle to get the EverDrive. And I've been going through a lot of Sega Mega Drive games, but you know, it's like everything, you know, like Spotify and Apple Music. You just end up flicking through it and not really playing any. So I will be going back to picking up more Sega Mega Drive games. What else have I got to show you? Oh, I've got some arcade PCBs. So I picked up a really cool arcade. My mate Muddy Music does the arcade art shop. Was going to put this up on UK VAC, but I saw it before he did. It is Black Tiger, which I can't wait. Once I've sorted the control panel out for my electrical and MIDI. I've got it at the moment set up for rescue, but I've recently just got a control panel from Sarge and another one from Victor. So I'll be able to play more arcade games in my electrical and MIDI, and Black Tiger is one that I can't wait to play. It is a fantastic arcade game. So Muddy Music, Ollie, thank you so much for sending that. So well packaged. Can't wait to play that, dude. Also picked up an R-Type, which is basically a conversion, a cheaper version. I had to have that, but I haven't got it here with me. Also picked up, this is a really weird one. I don't know, sometimes I wonder what I do when I buy some games, because I've never heard of this game before. It's called Little Robin. If anyone knows anything about this game, and if it's any good, because I haven't played it yet, but the reason why I picked it up, because it was 35 quid, and it says it's working. And there's nothing on the internet about this game whatsoever. There's a couple of screenshots, I think, and that's it. It looks very much like Snow Brothers, but actually there was a YouTube clip of it. That's what I saw, excuse me. I saw a YouTube clip of this game. Looks really unusual. It's quite a late game. I think it's early 90s. I don't even know if it was officially released. If anyone knows anything about this game, Little Robin, please make a comment in this video below. I'd like to know more. If you've got this game, if you've played it, tell me what it's like. But for 35 quid, I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go, see what it's like. I can always sell it on. And the other thing I wanted to show you was my good friend Florent Georges, who's got his own TV program, gaming program in France. I mean, it's all in French, obviously, so a lot of this I can't understand because I don't understand French, but he's brought out this beautiful book and DVD of our adventures, not only of our adventures, but my adventures of our French raid that we did, which I invited him to come to, and he videoed the whole thing. We're in that derelict house and we're pulling out all those cabs. Remember that lovely jet rocket, Sega jet rocket we pulled out of that old derelict building? I got Atari Video Pinball and that lovely Midway M4 cab, which I regret selling. That in fact is one of the only arcade games I regret selling, to be honest with you. That would have made a great two-player game, old black and white game, a little bit like Gunfight. I wish I'd kept that. But you know, you can see all of that in this video. I think you can buy this DVD from OMAC Books. And there's also a video of him coming around my house, my old house, and videoing my collection when I had the old Battle Sharks. Remember the Battle Sharks I had? I had Nintendo Battle Sharks that run this 19mm or 16mm movie film. Really, really old, early Nintendo arcade machines. That's all on the video, and they're in the books as well. That's the DVD collection. Yes, I mean, this book, it's all mainly pictures, but there are people's collections, and of my, the French raid is in here. You can see the derelict building there, and the cabs at the top floor here where we saved. Actually, we couldn't even save them. It had a blue shark at the top and a safari, Taito Safari, which was uber rare, and an Atari Lunar Lander as well. We couldn't save them because the floor was rotten. It was so dangerous. And there's a picture of Flo and me in my old house, him having a cup of tea and a cake, and pictures of my collection there. And there's other people's collections. Look at my old games room. Do you remember that setup I used to have, guys? It was so tiny. I think the maximum amount of cabs I could get in there actually was quite a lot. I had 5 uprights and 3 cocktails, and I had to have all my console games above the cocktails. It was such a small room, but I managed to ram so much in there. So I'm so looking forward to getting this new arcade. So yeah, it's a really cool book. You can get this from OMAC Books. It's called The Collector's Quest. Really, really cool. So yeah, that is all my pickups, guys, really. Pretty much it. Nothing else really to show you. This is quite a long video, I think. What are the arcade games? Have we got enough for a... I don't think we have got enough time for a gameplay, but what I will say, for those guys that have just picked up a Vectrex, we won't do a gameplay. Maybe we'll do that in the next video. I'll do a Vectrex video, will be my next video. There's a few guys that have just picked up some Vectrexes. I know Jay Cybersnake and Dana Danster, I think his YouTube channel is. You know, I know you can't get, it's really hard to get the Vec Fever cart, but you know, don't let that put you off, because there is something coming that might solve that problem very soon. So you've got in at the right time, because I think the Vectrexes are only going to go up in price. But what you can do is get the homebrew games. These homebrew games are absolutely fantastic. They're from Christoph Tutz. He makes these games. They're so professionally made and put together. You wouldn't believe it, honestly, guys. Vector Pilot is probably one of the best games on the Vectrex. This is a must buy, guys. You have to buy this game. And recently I've just done a podcast with Retro Asylum. I did a Vectrex episode. Go and check that out, guys. Me and Dean from Retro Asylum check out all the Vectrex games. Just have a bit of a laugh. We filmed it, recorded it in here in this room on this Vectrex. You know, guys, these are the games to get if you've got a Vectrex. You've got Vectarians, Vector Pilot, and Vector Patrol. I mean, they're just so well put together. You get the inlay, you know, the cart, the instruction manual, just beautifully put together in a nice package. Can't recommend this enough. These 3 games will keep you going for a while, I tell you. Plus the games that Chris CMP has made, Frontier and Big Blue, and then of course you've got the whole back catalogue of original games to Vectrex. There's so much out there. It's such a thriving community. I'm really chuffed that those guys have joined it. So cool. So I think we've run out of time, guys. I was going to do a gameplay of Vectrex, but I'll save it for the next one. We've done gameplays of Gorf and Millepede. But yeah, it's great to be back on YouTube. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. Supporting the channel. As I say, going forward, I'm going to be a regular, much more regularly on YouTube once I've got my arcade set up, which I can't wait to do. So again, thanks for watching, guys, and check out all those other channels that I've just mentioned. They're all awesome. And also UK VAC Meet coming up. Let's just, fingers crossed, it's going to happen. I don't know what's happening right now, but we'll just have to wait and see. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.